After the generation of the judges came the kings, for whom the Israelites petitioned in their desire of imitating the government of the surrounding nations. These books contain great mysteries concerning the coming of the Messiah. Heli, the priest, and Saul the king prefigure in their death the reprobation of the old law. Zadok and David typify the new reign and priesthood of Christ, and also the church, with the small number which were to belong to it in comparison to the rest of men in the world. The other kings of Israel and Judah and their captivities pre-signify other great mysteries of the Holy Church. During the aforesaid times lived the most patient Job, whose words are so mysterious that there is not one without its profound sacramental meaning concerning the life of Christ our Lord, the resurrection of the dead, the last judgment in the same flesh in which each one lives, and concerning the violence and astuteness of the demons and their warfare against men. Above all has God placed him as an example of patience for us mortals, for in him we all may learn how we are to bear our adversities, especially as we have before our eyes the death of Christ, whereas this saint saw him only at such a distance and yet imitated him so closely. In the writings of the many and great prophets, moreover, which God sent in the time of the kings to provide for special necessities, not one of the great mysteries and sacraments pertaining to the coming of the Messiah and his law remained undeclared or unrevealed. The same thing, although more at a distance, God accomplished in the ancient fathers and patriarchs. In all this, he only multiplied the likenesses and, as it were, the patterns of the incarnate Word, and prearranged and prepared for him a people and the law which he was to teach. In the three great patriarchs, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, he deposited great and precious pledges, calling himself the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. He wished to honor himself in the name at the same time that he honored them, manifesting his dignity and his excellent virtues and sacraments, and confiding them to their care, in order that they might furnish so honorable a name to God. The patriarch Abraham, in order to prefigure vividly that which the Eternal Father was to do with his only begotten, was tempted and tried by the command to sacrifice his only son, Isaac. When, however, this obedient father was about to complete the sacrifice, the same Lord, who had given the commandment, impeded its execution, for such a heroic sacrifice was to be reserved to the Eternal Father, who alone was to sacrifice in effect his only begotten. Only in a symbolic manner can Abraham be said to have done the same, for thus it will appear that the zeal of divine love is strong as death. It will not, however, beseeming that such an expressive figure should remain altogether unaccomplished, and therefore the sacrifice of Abraham was fulfilled by the killing of a ram, being likewise the figure of the Lamb, which was to pay for the sins of the world.